Imagine walking onto the balcony of your cruise ship cabin and seeing your daughter asleep in a chair. She'd spent the evening dancing. Nothing seemed unusual. You decide not to wake her. A few minutes later, you look again. The chair is empty. The balcony is empty. The cabin is empty. A cruise ship should be one of the hardest places in the world for someone to disappear. Thousands of passengers, hundreds of crew, limited exits. Yet on the morning of March the 24th, 1998, 23-year-old Amy Lynn Bradley vanished without a trace. More than 28 years later, no one knows whether she went overboard or walked off that ship alive. Please subscribe, share, and turn on notifications for unanswered evidence. It truly does help. Amy had boarded Royal Caribbean's Rhapsody of the Seas with her parents, Ron and Iva, and her younger brother Brad. A recent college graduate, athletic and outgoing, she was excited about the trip. On the night of March 23rd, Amy and Brad danced in the ship's disco. Witnesses remembered her laughing, talking with members of the ship's band. Around 3:30 that morning, Amy and Brad returned to their cabin. Their father briefly woke, saw they were back safely, and went back to sleep. Around 5:30, he woke again. Amy was sitting on the balcony, unable to sleep. They spoke briefly. He went back to bed. Roughly 30 minutes later, he woke once more. Amy was gone. She'd taken her cigarettes, her lighter, her room key. Her shoes and most of her belongings were still in the cabin. No sign of a struggle, no note. Around 6 a.m., two passengers said they saw Amy get into an elevator with a member of the ship's band. He returned to the deck alone several minutes later. He was questioned. He was never charged. The family searched the decks, the restaurants, the pool. Nothing. They begged the crew to stop passengers from disembarking and announce Amy missing over the ship's speakers. The request was refused. Too early, they were told. By the time an announcement came, passengers had already been leaving the ship for hours. Despite days of searching by the Coast Guard, Amy was never found aboard. No splash was heard, no alarm sounded. Aircraft and boats searched the surrounding waters and recovered nothing. In the years that followed, reported sightings emerged across the Caribbean. Two tourists said they saw Amy on a beach in Curaçao, flanked by two men, one witness certain it was her. A U.S. Navy serviceman later said he met a woman in a brothel who told him her name was Amy Bradley and begged for help. Another sighting placed her in Barbados years later. None was ever conclusively verified. Theories have followed for decades that she fell overboard, that someone aboard the ship intended to harm her, that she was trafficked, a theory that gained traction with each new Caribbean sighting. None has ever been proven. The FBI still classifies Amy Bradley as an open missing persons case. Perhaps what makes this so haunting isn't just that she disappeared, it's where. A cruise ship isn't a remote trail or an empty forest. It's a floating city surrounded by nothing but water. Somehow, a young woman vanished from one of the most controlled environments imaginable and left almost no evidence explaining how. If she went overboard, what happened? If she left that ship alive, where did she go? If this case caught your attention, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for unanswered evidence so you don't miss the next one. New cases weekly.